My name's Workshop Lewis, and you've all seen me make mistakes. Small ones, like forgetting to turn the microphone on. But none quite as big as Office Lewis did the other day, where he deleted basically all of the footage for the last episode that I had. So this episode's going to be slightly different. I'm going to have to use photos that I took of what I was doing when I was doing it, because we got panels attached, which is really annoying because all of the footage is gone. Well, not all of the footage, because we're going to have to do some voiceovers to footage where I again forgot to turn on the mic. And we're going to have to use some footage that wasn't good enough for the original cut. I'm going to try and run you through what I did and how I did it, and then we can use some of the scrap footage that we had. The panels that we've got in attached permanently currently are the base panel, the rear window panel, and the roof. Now, these two shouldn't work together as well as they do, because the car that the rear window panel came off is from a different manufacturer, different type of car, and 25 years newer. Crazy. Let me go through how I attached the base panel. Before we run through how we attach the base panel, I just have to give a huge thanks to Peter, who is the rep for Henkel. Henkel own Loctite Terrasons. Terrasons are one of the biggest suppliers of OEM panel bond, underbody, and a huge range of products for the automotive industry. My details were handed on to him. He's come and had a look at the car and gone, what do you need? And for a lot of the panels that we attached, we needed panel bond. Panel bond isn't particularly expensive, but it definitely ain't cheap. He didn't say he wanted a shout out or to say that they've donated any stuff. They just believe in the project and want me to finish the car, which is sick, because I've been trying to build an OEM quality car or an OEM looking car, and to have a huge OEM supplier help me out has been amazing. And the base panel was one of the panels that we used panel bond. There was miscommunication, and he said you can weld through it, but he was under the impression that I was going to spot weld this panel down, which there just wasn't a way to get the spot welder in. So we plug welded the whole panel on, and it was difficult because I was having to weld through the panel bond, but we got it done, and now we have a bed that we can stand in, which is sick. I did have to remove all of the copper weld-through primer, and when you sandwich the two together with the panel bond, that acts as a bit of a primer. So this is just a selection of the stuff that he's donated to the build to help me keep moving, and again, thank you so much, it is sick. If you're building a car and you need panel bond, track down Terrasons, because they are OEM quality. So the panel bond that I was using was Terrasons EP5055. Before we did the panel, this is some of the footage that I have. We put in sound deadening in the base, in the rear quarters, worked out what the big panels are, and added some sound deadening, because we just wanted to get rid of the drummy nature of a large open panel. We had to prime all of the metal that was going to be hidden by the wheel arches and the base. The wheel arches aren't in permanently. We can film that still, and then I can put it into a video, which is good. Let's get a drink of water while we wait, eh? Once we painted everything underneath, I then had to run cable. So this is a 7-core cable for the tailgate and the indicators. So we've got left indicator, right indicator, tail light, brake light, fog light, reverse light, and neutral. So it's just trailer cord, 7-core, ran it from the cabin to the back we can work out how we're going to get power into the tailgate later on. I know you didn't want to have more tailgate content, so I tried something different. Then Officer Lewis deleted all of the footage. So whatever, I'm not salty at Officer Lewis at all, even a little bit. Got the cord in, so we painted, got the cord in. Once we had all of those three things in, the cord, the paint, and the sound deadening, we could weld in the base panel. I learned a lot from the experience and transferred a lot of the knowledge that I had from that into attaching the roof and the rear window panel. So let's go over and work out what happened there. Rear window panel and roof. Still crazy how well they fit together. How does a panel 25 years newer than the roof panel of an E30 work so well together? Not only do they line up on the roof line, for the rear quarter and the rear window panel line up perfectly. How the hell is this possible? We had to prep the rear window panel. I sanded back a lot of the inside, primed it with some etch primer. Anywhere that I welded, I sprayed with copper weld through primer. So there is some footage that I have of this. Rethinking it, before we put that rear window panel in, I kind of need to look at it and work out where some of the cuts need to be and how both the panels fit in together with each other, and then how they join to the chassis. So we're going to put the window panel in, the roof back on, and then work out maybe a line on where to cut both of those panels so they can start like coming together. I just need to clear up some of the pictures that are going on in my brain bean, and hopefully you can understand what's going on in there as well, because I'm not completely sure I do right now. There's a lot of fiddling to be done with this, but I think it's best to do it in small steps. I can work it out as I'm going. I'm not sure if you can see it from there. Actually, no, I'll take you off the tripod. The radius from the Jumbug is really close. So I'm kind of thinking we need to get that lined up properly, and then we need to punch holes in the bottom as prep for that panel. We then need to mark the roof and cut a section back the whole way across. With that section out, we can then transfer that line onto the top of the rear window panel. We can then cut that, and then we can see how the butt joint is going to work with the two panels together. Once we sorted out all of that, we started cutting, and I did multiple cuts, kind of worked up to where I needed to cut on the roof, transferred the line to the rear window panel, and they lined up crazy well. I've got photos of it, for welding and after welding. We got it all welded up. It looked amazing. I did a couple of layers, a couple of skim coats of bog, cleaned it up, got it back into etch primer, and this is what we've got. And I still can't believe how well this worked. Once we welded both of them together, I removed both panels at the same time because they're now one panel, cleaned up the inside of the weld, primed it with etch primer, put it back on. It's really hard to see in there, but that is all primed, looking good. The weld has been cleaned up. The only spot that we use the panel bond is right up in the corner. So we've got a line of panel bond going along the front of the roof. I've welded the gutter together. I trimmed the gutter back, so we'll still have that bit of trim on the top that was chrome that will be black, and we'll have the fascia running down the door. I lied, we did use panel bond somewhere else, just over the corner here, and then we plug welded all along the front roof line. So we've now got a fully attached roof. We've converted the bower to a slick top, and at this point I would honestly say it's a ute. The rear window panel's in, the base panel's in, you can step in it. All right, now we've got to do some housekeeping. Firstly, I want to apologize for the delay in this video. I got quite sick a couple of weeks ago and have just been completely out of action. One of the reasons why the video probably got deleted is Office Lewis was not feeling good, but still trying to push through, made a huge mistake. Already kind of putting in systems and like processes in place to make sure it can't happen again. And it was just, I mean, as a content creator, it's got to happen once for you to learn the lesson. The lesson is learned, it won't happen again. As part of the delay, I'm gonna like single out one comment in particular. If there is a delay, saying that I need to get a video out, otherwise the subscribers are gonna forget about me or lose interest, does not help. I'm doing as best I can, and I already know it's been too long, but saying I'm gonna be forgotten about really doesn't help the situation. And talking about the timeline between videos, we've now hit a point where financially I can't afford to do this full time anymore, or like close to full time. This is all self-funded. Buying panels, engine, paying rent for the workshop, buying tools, materials is all self-funded. I'm making about 50 bucks a video. I'll put a screenshot of episode 48 up. That's what I'm making each video. Each video costs way more than 50 bucks to make, and I've still got a mortgage, I've still got bills, and I still like eating. So the videos are probably going to start coming out even less frequently as I start looking for a job. On that topic, if you know of any companies or people who are looking, who are in the building industry, definitely not the building industry, don't let me know about that. Who are in the automotive industry, I don't necessarily want to be on the tools. Parts acquisition, social media editing, anything within that kind of area. If you know of a job or someone who needs a worker, let me know. Contact me over Facebook or Instagram, or shoot the ad through. Would be much appreciated. The sooner I have to step back into reality, and I have a small fund left. If I dwindle that down to the point where I don't have anything left, it's going to be a very hard landing. So I'm doing this earlier, soften the landing. I don't have to go straight back into a job I hate, because if I do that, I probably, like, the likelihood of me finishing this car sooner rather than later dwindles even less. Although I am looking for a new job, YouTube is still plan A. It's just an extended plan A. This is still my dream car. I still want to finish building it, but I just need to sidestep a little bit so I can continue to live. So the videos are sadly probably going to start coming out a little later. If you're new to the channel, this isn't my normal kind of video. If you want to see how we've gotten to this point, maybe go check out some of the previous episodes, because Office Lewis doesn't normally delete all of the footage that took 3 to 4 weeks to film right before the video's coming out. I want to start putting music back into the videos, but I don't want to just use elevator music or like boring stuff. If you're in a band or know someone in a band who doesn't mind me using their music in some of my videos, again, Facebook, Instagram, let me know. We'll have a chat, I'll have a listen, we'll work something out, we'll grow together. The next episode is episode 50. Although I can't afford to buy some big thing to give away, if anyone's got ideas of something that's kind of cool, or if there's anything any of you think would be something cheaper or merch or something that I can give away for the episode 50 to celebrate, let me know in the comments. Hopefully I can organize something between now and when episode 50 comes out. Keep lifting rocks, keep finding crabs, have fun, stay safe. Sick.